Welcome to today's second quarterfinal round game. The winners are the Butler Barrettes, head coach Carolyn Wheeler, student athletes Mariah Knight and Ramaya White. Coach, comments, please.
Survive in advance. Survive in advance.
Any questions from the media? On the front there, Jason. Ramaya, you scored your team's last 10 points. Just tell me about the fourth quarter and the groove you got into there.
Yeah, it was very hard going back and forth. The score was very close, and we were struggling on rebounding and fouling. So I just know I had to step up, get my team together, and just score.
On the corner over there.
Mariah, you went out with that injury and obviously came back in and played through it. What I guess mentally is going through your head when you're deciding if you're going to come back for your team or not?
It's the end of the season, so I'm not gonna miss the little ankle tweak. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss out on this fun.
Candace, can you comment on Ramaya down the stretch and just how clutch she was there?
Yeah, she was calling for the ball and she was getting frustrated when we weren't giving her the ball, which I love it. Because the start of the season, she wouldn't have done that. But I've been on her since I've been at Butler about demanding the ball, and that's what she did. And our other players found a way to get it to her, and she capitalized.
He's got
Coach, it seemed like a little bit before that, she'd kind of floated out away from the basket some.
Yep.
Did you emphasize that, hey, get back in there where you belong? Is that
Yep.
the point of what you were wanting
She
done?
tends to do that too, so I get on her about that. But she knows where she's dominant, and she decided, no, I need to do this for my team, and that's what she did.
right here.
In a slugfest like this, where it's just possession by possession, it's just so hard to score. I mean, what are you telling your team to try to get that? Because it seemed like it was impossible to score for.
Right. So yesterday at the end of the press conference, I said defense travels, and today our defense traveled. Michaela comes up with a huge charge. Malia Patrick comes up with a huge charge, and that's what just got us through it, because we knew it was going to be a dogfight. Kudos to Coach Thacker and his team. They're young, but they scrap, they claw, they play very, very, very hard. But we just decided we were just going to dig in, and they didn't want to go home. My 9 seniors did not want to go home tonight.
Candace, you think back to the regional final, even this is really 3 straight games where you've found whatever it is to pull out these games in the fourth quarter. Has this team surprised you in that ability, or do you feel like you've got some magical things happening at the right time?
I definitely believe it's March, and that's what I told them. I told them before we started, it's March. Crazier things happen, but I know what March feels like. If you just continue to stay with me, stick with me, I'll figure it out. And again, my 9 seniors do not want to go home, and several of them don't play, but they do not want to go home for whatever reason. They don't want to go home.
Any final questions? All right, either player. I wonder if you might kind of speak to the feeling you all have with this. Like she said, it's March, and some special things are happening for you guys right now.
Yeah, like she said, nobody wants to go home. Like, who wants to go home? Would you rather play or go home? I think we would rather play. So
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
Yeah, same with the ankle tweak. I'd rather play than sit on the bench and hurt.
She can ice that.
I can hurt on the court.
Coach Wheeler, congratulations to you and the Barrettes. Good luck in the Final Four.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take one. You got your book, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Don't get back, right? Right. Yes.
Ice.
We have the Franklin County Lady Flyers head coach Joey Thacker, student athletes Rachel Shropshire, Alexandra Newton,
and Juliana Frazee. Coach, comments?
We battled, we battled a lot today. Juliana battled through injury. We battled through foul trouble in the first half to only be down 1 at halftime. I think that's right. We got down 4 or 5. We had multiple chances to take the lead a couple occasions, and we just never really could do anything once we got to the basket consistently against their physicality when they come over on our drivers or when we got offensive rebounds. I felt like free throw blockouts, we gave them extra possessions that way. I felt like there's a couple times down there that they hurt us on inbounds plays. And when you're playing in a bowl game like this, a good football game, extra possessions matter. And we gave up some stuff that turned into easy buckets for them. And, in a game like that, that's what happens.
Coach, down the stretch, they went to Ramaya over and over again. I mean, how big a problem was she?
She's a problem, and she's better. I mean, she's way better than she was last year. Candace has done a great job with her. Gary has too. And they're great friends of mine. I hate to come here and have to play them, but when they were on, Gary was on Larry's staff at Butler when we were having our heavyweight matches back in the day. But anytime she wanted to go score, she scored. She did a good job one time out of timeout of positioning herself. And they just hit it in the middle and threw it right down her to her. And, she's going to get better and better. And she has improved on the fact that she has better footwork and she's a much better free throw shooter. And, we talked about 2 kids with their team, and those kids had 31 of the 39. Those 2 kids definitely stepped up and made plays against us.
Joey, do you chalk up the shooting percentage to just the physicality of the game mostly, or was there?
We shot it bad too. We got hit on some shots, but I mean they did too. It's just there. We made Carl might even ask me in the pregame. We gave up 42 points a game all year. They gave up 42 points a game all year. So sooner or later, you better have a good kicker, or you better make some 3-pointers.
Final questions for the Lady Flyers? Yeah, in the back.
Coach, obviously it's a tough way to end the season, but what are maybe some things you're looking forward to most, maybe next year, about this group?
I've got to decide some things about next year personally. I'm going to take about 2 weeks and really evaluate what that means for me and my family moving forward. And you all been very, very good to me over the years, and I'm going to tell you that today. But I don't know. But getting back to this year's team, how hard it is to win 30 basketball games in a year. It's very, very hard. And we don't get a ton of emails back when we're trying to schedule. So we've got to go play some people that are very, very good basketball teams. We played in Owensboro the first weekend of the season and laid 2 eggs. Now, we didn't have everybody the first week of the season, but that growth from then to now is, astronomical. These 2 seniors up here, they've grown up, they've done the right things on the floor and off the floor. And they're going to be missed because they kept our team chemistry the way team chemistry is supposed to be. But I'm just proud of the fact that people are mad in Frankfort when Franklin County only gets to the Elite 8 in basketball. Because when you look at the track record until we kind of got this thing going about 2014, there wasn't 1,000 people showing up for a girls' game. So just proud of them. We'll get together tonight and we'll talk next week about kind of what's next. And just feel like that very, very proud. Juliana gutted. I know she's in a lot of pain, but she, we worked really hard. Our trainer worked really hard to get her back today. And we just didn't make enough plays. That's just basketball, but one of my favorite teams ever for sure.
Final questions.
Last question in the back. Since the ladies didn't get a chance to answer a question, what will, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, what will you tell your friends, maybe kids, about this Franklin County team?
What will you tell your friends?
It was just a lot of good chemistry. We just had a lot of friendships. That's why we made it so far.
Yeah, I mean, those girls are like a second family now, and it's just, I mean, I'm sure all my friends, they're gonna know them because I'm still gonna be around them later on in the future because they're my family.
Can you get it out without crying? Okay.
And that's okay if you don't want anything to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Coach Stacker, thank you, and the Lady Flyers. Great season.